Hey guys, welcome back to this Mr. YouTube channel. Today is a little bit different. I have a lot of snow. My lot is gravel and it's just full of snow. It's too big for a snowblower. I already tried it. So now we're in the territory where we have our ATV. This is our Polaris 450. And this is actually an all-wheel drive model. I have big tires on it. I've been outside already. It does great in the snow. But obviously we need a way to move the snow. So that's where this comes in. So what I did was I just went on Amazon and looked up the cheapest plow available, and that's where we are today. This just came in. It actually only took 2 days to get in, so I'm very happy about that. So let's open it up, see what all's inside. From what I saw in the pictures, it does come with a plow mount, so you kind of make it fit your chassis. And then obviously most plow types you need an ATV winch, and I don't have one. So I did buy a winch, but I don't have a winch bracket right now, so that might be in a separate video, or maybe that bracket will come in. But let's go ahead and get this all out and start installing it. It's all laid out here. I got some parts up here, but you can see it comes with absolutely everything. It comes with a base plate, which usually just buying that alone is about 75 bucks. Comes with all the U-bolts and stuff like that. Springs. It is an adjustable lever one, so you'll be able to adjust the blade on its own. Another reason I went with this one over like the Vevor one. They do have a Vevor one, but it's made with round tubes, and I've read all the reviews and they all say that they all bent, you know, especially when you hit ice mounts. So that's what I'm dealing with, so I didn't want any chance of that happening. This is all square tubing. It's going to be a lot stronger. And also the Vevor one doesn't come with an actual ATV body mount either, so that's why this is the cheapest set around. The brand is ppolb. I mean, it's a very odd name, but that's it right there. And you can see it costs about $346 shipped to my door. This isn't really going to be like a bolted together kind of deal. You should be able to see that with time lapse. Is it worth buying the cheapest plow possible during an ice storm? It's bad out there, so we gotta get this together, get it going. Can't sit here holding your hand putting it together, so let's just get it done. A couple things to note is that since I'm having mine always spread apart as wide as it can be, because I got a really big driveway, so there would be holes just hanging out in the middle, and I didn't want that, so I just thought I would put the carriage bolts in, no problem. Well, just being cheap stuff, the carriage bolt actually came through the backside, so when you tightened it, the bolt was just loose and hanging, so I had to get some big washers. Luckily, I just got a washer bin over there with all my hardware that hangs out, and just threw some big washers around them, and you can see now they're nice and taut. And then also, it's really hard to align everything up. I don't think it's perfectly straight and true, but I guess if you wanted it to be straight and true, you would push it all together and just have a much narrower path. But right now, the way I have it set up, we're at 5 foot. And then I guess you could do half and half and take it away. So you can go down another foot, or you can go down another 6 inches on one side versus the other. So these springs, you have to tension these springs, but obviously it has to be when the thing's up. And from what I read online on other sites, because these instructions are there, they're just vague. I mean, that's what happens when you buy cheap stuff. When it's up hanging, you want to tighten these up, and you want it to be more of a ting than a thud like it is now. So listen to it. That's no tension. It's not going to do anything. We want to tighten this up to where when you hit it, it'll kind of go ting, ting, ting. This handle has slop, but I mean, it still feels pretty strong. And yeah, obviously you got to use some muscles to move it. Made sure everything was free. You don't want to tighten, overly tighten everything. So like that center bolt You have to leave enough loose so it moves and swivels. And then over here on these ends, you can kind of see how they are. If this is too low and you don't have, you know, much clearance here to do your plowing, you can move these up. Technically, this is adjustable. You can just take out one of these and put them up at the top, and then that'll drop it like another inch to the ground. So right now, what I did was I just moved the bike back. It's that way I kind of let it ooze out, you know, all the water, all the ice. And then now I have to get that mounting bracket, figure out where it's gonna be. You need to ensure, I'm gonna say at least like a boot's distance when the wheels are turned, because at full lock is when you're gonna bump into it, you know? So you need to make sure you have enough room with the plow, but you also don't want it to be so far out that it's gonna bend and break things. So you gotta find that happy medium. Hopefully I can get about a shoe distance out. And then I also did just finish up the winch install. That'll be in its own separate video, but that's all done. I went to Harbor Freight and got their cheapest 2000 winch, and then got a cheap bracket off Amazon, which is actually made pretty well. And all together, the cost was right at like $82. So that's definitely the cheapest option. It came with all the wiring. You don't got to do much. And then I just have the controller sitting up here, and then I'll put it away inside whenever I'm not using it. I just have it right here, just loose. Ideally, you would want 4 of those U-bolts, but because this is 4-wheel drive, you can see that is the tube for the drive shaft. There is the drive shaft. So I cannot physically get another U-bolt on this side. So I only have one in the front here, and then I have one in the front and the back over there because there's no obstruction. And then another quick thing is, you should see right there that the U-bolts are really long, so I just took my angle grinder and just cut them down after I tightened it all up. So now all that's good. Up, down. That's pretty sweet. So now it's an actual working plow, and then you can turn it and then it locks into place. It's like I'm a real trucker now. And this one has no tension on it yet. So you want the twang. See, it's not really that much at all. So now we're all set, ready to go. All right, guys, so if you made it to the end of this video, it worked. It worked well, but obviously you can see there's a bit of an issue. It's not straight anymore. Like I was telling you before, it is ice outside. This plow came days after I ordered it. It had already snowed. The snow has been out there since Sunday. It is now Thursday. Technically right now it's Friday, but I filmed this and did all the work on Thursday. But you can see this thing is pretty cooked. It's pretty bent. I might be able to straighten it out, but no doubt I'm gonna go ahead and send a message to Amazon and to ppolb, see if they can get me out some new parts. I don't want to return it. It's something that I need. I need a plow, so I just need one. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if I would have had it on the closest intersection, because obviously this is 3 pieces right now, and this is only held on, you know, what, 4 inches maybe. So if this, I had it bolted in there, this bolted in there, you would have another 6 inches on both sides that would help sturdy it up. So that's what I'll do in the future. I wanted this because it was wide. It claimed a 5-foot surface area to plow with. Now if it was soft snow, it would probably be fine, but you know, you live and you learn. So we're just gonna have to do some repairs on it. It's not a big deal. One other thing that is a big deal is the winch is digging in pretty good right there. It's definitely an issue. I have to get a snatch block for this, and once I get a snatch block, that should cure that, because then it'll just come over the snatch block down, hook that up, and be good to go. So that's something I'm going to do today. But as far as did it plow, let me show you, because the GoPro did die while I was on there. I got this pretty well plowed. You can see I got some nice snow banks over there, some over there. Hopefully the trash truck will be able to grab our dumpster. And obviously I have a car in the garage now, so I cleared off the whole pad out there. So it works well. That was on days old ice. It's very cold here. It's about 2 degrees right now. Obviously it'd be better for snow. It's not, they didn't label this thing as an ice plow, and that's what I used it for. But would I buy it again? Absolutely. I'm going to just put it in tighter, get the repair parts, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna use it. And it was bent pretty quick, and I just kept beating on it, and it never broke off. So it is strong metal. It's very thick. It just had that little issue there, just simply because it's too far out. There's just not enough support, and I was going through ice. If this was snow, we wouldn't have a problem. So I'll get it fixed, get it all done. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys are interested in anything else on the channel, please go ahead, subscribe, stick around, check out some other videos. I do have a rebuild series coming up on this generator. This is a Honda 3000. This is one that was my stepdad's, and he gave it to me, so now I'm just going to use this for the house if we have any sort of issues with that, with the power turning off in an ice storm. So thanks again for watching, guys. See you in the next one.